the vacation. And if you do that, it's really unfair. It's really unfair. It's my team. It's my quarterback. And if you guys do that, man, it's unfair. We lost as a team.
Good afternoon. You're listening to WQKE LP 93.9 FM out of Plattsburgh, New York. Well, good afternoon. This is your 3 o'clock sports report. That would have been funny if I just said it again. Like, just said it, just repeat it.
Yeah, keep repeating it for the whole show.
Yeah, 1 hour long. But the amount of sports that went on this weekend, that might have been be a better show.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You should definitely listen. But welcome. If you're not attuned to what's currently going on, this is your 3 o'clock sports report with Desmond and Liam. Basically, it was a pretty mundane weekend in sports. Last week when we came back from spring break, I felt like it was an hour and a half show, obviously. We felt like we didn't have enough time to cover everything, so we obviously expanded the 30 minutes. And this one is like the exact opposite effect. But when I started to look at it, it wasn't that bad. We've done a lot worse.
It wasn't that bad, but it was kind of bad at the same time.
It was kind of mid.
And like there was a lot of stuff, obviously, in college and in the NBA, but like NFL, MLB,
it's
hockey.
Just spring training for baseball.
Yeah.
So hockey's fine. Like, well, honestly, we should dedicate more time to hockey. If you want to talk about collegiate hockey, there's a D3 national championship this weekend. That was pretty cool. Once we get more into playoffs, I have to get more into hockey. I'm just really invested into college basketball right now, which has been really, really fun as of late. But we'll start as I always do, matching attire.
We got
Feels
baseball
very fitting.
jerseys today. I got my Frank Thomas White Sox jersey that I'm trying not to spill cranberry juice on.
Of course, cranberry juice.
It's amazing.
I was going to say, like, it feels relevant, which, I mean, it is, because spring training is going on, but it is snowing hard outside. Look at how hard it's snowing right now.
Oh, my God, I didn't even notice that.
It is snowing very hard
Dude,
outside.
it was 50 degrees out yesterday.
Yeah. Welcome to Plattsburgh weather.
I'm
sure if
sick
you're
of this.
listening to this, you have an idea.
I'm livid.
So, I'm wearing, or listening to this live, I'm wearing an Albert Pujols jersey. I thought it was relevant because yesterday he got signed, I want to say re-signed. He got signed again by the Cardinals, would be a better way to put it. That's probably the coolest thing that's happened in baseball. Did you see, what's that player that you were telling me about? That's the meme? Nick Castellanos.
Pitcher? Nick Castellanos.
Did you see it happened again yesterday?
Yep. He was the announcer was reading a DUI apology when Nick Castellanos hit a home run.
And then today he hit a home run.
Yep.
Right after the Will Smith thing.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, because
Nick Castellanos
has hit a home run.
That's hilarious.
No, every time he hits a home run, something bad happens.
So yeah, that happened. Fun fact for you. I guess that's basically it for baseball. It's just spring training.
Happened.
I know. I'm trying to keep an eye on the Yankees. Gleyber Torres hit a first. I love first pitch home runs.
Yeah.
First pitch of the game, they just take them yard. While it is spring training, Gleyber Torres absolutely smashed one out right off the first pitch. It was like 420.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool. But let's get into what do you want to get into first?
We'll hit the NFL because there's going to be one story that's going to take me like 30 seconds to get by, which is that long-time Jaguar center Brandon Linder retired. Very good center for a while. It's kind of weird that we're seeing all these offensive linemen retire early, like Ali Marpet and now Brandon Linder. I mean, they're probably the position that obviously takes the most hits because they're the only one consistently getting contact on every play. So it's not surprising to see all these guys retiring early, but it's kind of odd at the same time to see these guys who are at the top of their game just call it quits.
Mm.
But definitely not really going to change the draft up for the Jaguars too much because obviously they're not going to draft a center number 1 overall as much as I do believe Tyler Linderbaum is that kind of talent. But they definitely need to look for a replacement. So,
well, I mean, judging by what you just read me before we got on the show, it does not look like they're going with a center.
I'll read it. It's a Bleacher Report notification I got. Oh, man. It says, Jags not settled on number 1 pick. Georgia defensive lineman Trayvon Walker is a realistic possibility to leapfrog Aiden Hutchinson for top pick. Like, at that point, just take Evan Neal. Take Evan Neal. Why not? Put him at right tackle.
I don't really know what they're doing.
But
it's also the Jaguars who
don't know what they're doing.
Do not left Trevor Lawrence out to essentially die this season.
That's why you draft Evan Neal.
Well, no, not only did they left him to die in many different instances besides offensive line, to be quite honest with you.
No, absolutely.
That poor guy.
But, yeah, I mean, that's all I got.
NBA. I guess we'll transition to our NBA action.
Yeah, I'll hit up the first part. We have the I'm gonna talk about the Knicks for a little bit. Right now, this is just my little guesstimate, but I think right now the Knicks are about 4 or 5 games out of the last spot in the play-in. We're behind the Hawks for the 10th seed. I'm actually gonna check that right now. We're about 4 games behind, a little more than that because we played more games than them, which obviously means that we're probably not making the playoffs because even then we've won 3 or 4 in a row by now, and we're still 4 games behind, and the Hawks aren't going to start slowing down out of nowhere. So, I mean, I guess at this point you can say with quite ease that the Knicks season is over. I'm glad.
Awesome.
Yep, I'm glad. I said it. I was on the Bring the Sting podcast yesterday, and I said multiple times, 2 things I want. Trade Randall, give Tibbs half the season next year. If there's no improvement, get rid of Tibbs, bring in an assistant. I would like for it to be Kenny Payne, but at this point, obviously that's not going to happen because he's now the head coach for Louisville, I believe. Good for him. I mentioned on the show, I believe I mentioned on the show a couple episodes ago, but again, good for him. But in other play-in news, the Lakers blew a pretty big lead against the Pelicans yesterday. LeBron didn't play too great in the fourth quarter, which for Twitter trolls was a great time, of course, as it always is. But right now, they're the 10th seed out west at 31-43. Ahead of them, you have the 9th seed Pelicans, who are 32-43. That's pretty insane that they're better than the Lakers. And then in the 8th seed, you have the Clippers, who are 36-39. But behind the Lakers, you have the Spurs, who are 30-44, so about 1 game behind them, and they've won 3 games in a row to the Lakers' 2 losses in a row. So we could very easily see the Lakers just flat out not make the playoffs.
Did you see, was it one of the analysts, I'm sorry that I'm blanking on the name, said that if the Lakers can clear the play-in, that he thinks they're going to upset, it might have been Charles Barkley, said that he thinks they're going to, or Shaq, one of them.
Yeah.
It was Shaq.
I was going to say, I'm sure it was Shaq.
Said that he thinks the Lakers are going to upset the Suns.
Okay, here is everything that would need to happen for that to work. AD needs to be healthy.
Yes.
Westbrook needs to remember how to play basketball, and LeBron needs to keep averaging 35 points per game.
It would take like a 5-game playoff series where LeBron would literally have to drop 40.
Go back to his Cleveland ways, which he can do,
which is very realistic,
but not against a team like the Suns, and not with the supporting cast he has, which without AD is without a doubt worse than Cleveland. I don't care.
It's horrible.
It is one of the worst lineups probably in the NBA.
Did you see that tweet that someone went back through all the losing graphics for the Lakers this season? See how teams, when they went...
Was it Kenny? Was it Kenny Beacham?
I don't know.
I think it was
hilarious.
I saw he posted something like that, and I meant to watch it, but I forgot.
Basically, he went through every graphic that they posted after every game. LeBron is not featured in a single loss. Neither is Westbrook, neither is Davis. It's always someone random.
Yeah, of course, because they're not... I mean, even though Westbrook has been to blame for some losses, and honestly, so has LeBron, obviously. But, I mean, they're not going to show their biggest names on there.
It was hilarious. But the Warriors, he went back and looked at other teams. The Warriors put Steph Curry in their loss pictures.
Yeah, I don't know.
Only the Lakers, man. Such a weird organization.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean... Obviously, it doesn't hold the most significance, but it's definitely interesting.
It's just a hilarious fact. Yeah. Very random.
But in other news, the Suns recently secured the 1 seed out west and the best record in the NBA.
Yeah.
Right now, they are at, I believe, 61 wins. Yep, 61-14. That's pretty
absurd.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. I have them as my final coming out of the West right now. And on my appearance on the podcast yesterday, I said that the only really 2 teams that I could see contending with Phoenix is the Warriors, fully healthy Warriors team, and if Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. both come back full health and play like they did in the past, I believe that Nuggets team can make it to the finals. I don't know though.
The Suns one's counting on a lot. I think the Warriors is a really realistic scenario. Yeah. I'm not opposed to the Lakers scenario either.
Everything has to go perfect.
It requires a Nuggets-like streak of happiness.
AD needs to come back
or
full health. he needs to come back full health and remember how to shoot. Westbrook needs to remember how to play basketball. LeBron needs to be a LeBron. That's what they need to have a chance.
For the Warriors, I do think it's pretty realistic, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be the most surprised. Obviously, we've seen what Curry can do. We've seen what Draymond can do in the playoffs.
We've seen what Clay can do in the playoffs. All three of them can do in the playoffs.
Clay's been a little questionable this season, but we've, again, seen what he can do. He has moments where he's turned up. He's had those moments this season. And you had in guys like Jordan Poole, who's been playing great. I believe James Wiseman was just shut down for the season. Not that he really makes the biggest difference.
No,
but
I don't think he would play much.
No, but I mean... Yeah, now you had guys like Jordan Poole, Kuminga, Moses Moody, who I doubt will play often, but every now and then when he does, he's bound to have a good game. They're a very fun team to watch. Wiggins has been pretty bad since the All-Star game, but again, you never know. He could turn up out of nowhere. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very fun playoffs because as much as I want to say it'll be Bucks and Suns again, you really don't.
Look at the East. The East is wide open.
Yeah, the top four are like all within one game.
Yeah, exactly.
But in other news, we have the Grizzlies, who are, as of right now, the 2 seed out west, sitting at 52-23, about 4 or so games ahead of the Warriors, who were in third, which is pretty impressive that they went from, what are they, losing the play-in, I think?
Yeah.
They lost in the play-in. Did they? Hold on.
I believe so.
I'm trying to... No, I think they won in the play-in.
1 second. You keep going.
And I think they won in the play-in and then made it to the playoffs and lost.
I feel like every episode we have a moment like this where we can't remember something that is so blatantly obvious.
Yep, absolutely. But now to go from that, regardless, they were in the play-in to the 2 seed out west. Pretty impressive, and they really... What?
I can't believe the Knicks lost to the Hawks last playoffs.
I can.
Okay, yes, they did make it. It was Utah, Memphis, one versus 8 seed.
Right. But, yeah, I mean, they didn't really add anything too crazy. I mean, obviously the player development of Ja, Desmond Bain, the return of Jaren Jackson helped a lot. But
yeah, but also, they're like, don't they have a stupid record without Ja?
It's like
and they upset
14-1 or something like that.
I don't know if they upset, but they beat the Nets without Ja the other day.
Yeah, no, that they are a very good team even without Ja. But for some things out east, we have the Celtics. They took over the 1 spot out east, but... I have the Bucks making it out of the East, but my second team to make it was the Celtics. However, after Robert Williams tearing his MCL today and likely being done for the season, I don't see that happening because you need a defender like Robert Williams against a Giannis, against an Embiid, against a Bam. You need that kind of defender. And now they've lost that defender. Obviously, Al Horford isn't the worst defender, but he's definitely not who you want on a Giannis Embiid or Joel. Or I just said Giannis Embiid and Joel. But you know what I mean. But if they could still go far. They could still go far. Obviously, we've seen what Tatum and Jalen can do in the playoffs. And then you add guys like Derek White, Marcus Smart, Grant Williams, who went from a very, very bad player to a very solid role player. I don't think they'll make it out of the East. And honestly, depending on who they play, who knows if they'll make it out of the first round now thanks to this injury. But regardless, at the end of the day, it's been a very impressive season for them. They've made it a lot farther than I expected because they had a very slow start to the season. So to go from there to the 1 seed, very impressive. But, I mean, they took what I was saying before. They took over the 1 spot. They took it over from the Heat, who have now lost 4 in a row, and they're not looking too hot. Jimmy Butler's been struggling. The team as a whole has been struggling. Obviously, Jimmy Butler, Eric Spoelstra, and Udonis Haslem all had a big, I guess you could say, argument or fight. I can't remember. I think they're...
That was so funny.
I can't remember what team they were playing, but I mean, they're a very interesting team. I really don't know.
I was really high on them at the beginning of the season.
Me too.
Like, you had a great team. Bring back Hero, you bring back Butler, you bring in Lowry.
Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, exactly. You bring in a really good playmaker on top of Butler, good enough to carry a team.
Yeah.
While it was the Disney bubble or whatever everyone calls it.
The Mickey Mouse ring.
That guy put the entire Heat team on his literal back and just carried them there. Duncan Robinson and then all this stuff's happening. It's making me sus.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said before, the Bucks are probably my favorite to make it out of the East.
Same.
You have. I mean, there are teams like Philly.
Philly scares me.
Philly right now, thanks to the Robert Williams injury, are probably my second team to make it out now. But even then, the Nets are the 9 seed. Like, I mean, obviously this is due to a lack of Kyrie, but I mean,
and a lack of KD for most of the
lack
year.
of KD too. But man, they could turn it up at any second. You
The
never know what they
yeah,
can
but
do.
the Nets will have a major uphill climb in
Yeah,
the playoffs. because
absolutely. They'll have to. I mean, right now they're the 9th seed. They make the playoffs. They'll have to play the Celtics or the Heat.
Yeah, they'll have to crawl. Well, they'll have to win the play-in
Yeah,
first.
they'll
Then
have
they'll
to
have
win
to
the
crawl
play-in,
their way out of the.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that.
No, absolutely not. They'd be playing the Hornets if they made it in.
That'd be a hard matchup for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, did they? I know they played yesterday. Did they win? Let me check quick. I think the Hornets won that game, if I'm not mistaken.
I do think the Nets will not finish as the 9th seed. Now they have
I
Kyrie
think they'll
home.
push up. Yeah. Let's see.
But it still look fun to look while you're looking.
The Nets
No,
did not win. The Hornets won, 119 to 110. Wow, LaMelo had 33.7 rebounds, 9 assists.
LaMelo is like one of the most famous NBA players now. It's
Oh,
hilarious.
absolutely. He's a very, very talented player. I love watching him play. But I mean, KD had 27 points, shooting 9 of 24 from the field. Kyrie in his first home game of the season shot 6 of 22 from the field.
It's a rough day at the office.
Yeah, I mean, wow, Andre Drummond 20 points and 17 rebounds. Wow. I don't like Andre Drummond that much, but good for him, I guess. But I mean, even then you have guys like Steph Curry shot 5 of 10 from the field with 2 of 6 from 3. Obviously not the most ideal. Goran Dragic shot 3 of 9, 0 for 4 from 3. Patty Mills shot 1 of 4, 0 for 3 from 3. I mean, it's just they're a very interesting team because if those players get hot, if Steph Curry gets hot, Patty Mills, Goran Dragic, let alone Kyrie and KD, they can be a very scary team.
Yeah.
They can go very far.
I
in
still
the
like the
playoffs.
Bucks though. Well,
No, absolutely.
I wouldn't mess with Giannis in the playoffs.
No, right now, again, the Bucks are a clear favorite for me. But
That's
all we have really for the NBA.
let's switch from NBA to collegiate. First of all, do you know that the women's Final Four takes place on a Monday? I learned this the other day.
Really?
Takes place today.
Who's
And
in it?
the women's Final Four is like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like if you pick like the highest seeds almost. Like it's NC State versus UConn.
Mm-hmm.
So a 1 seed in NC State, and then which was like I know they were heavily favored to go pretty far,
Yeah.
taking on UConn.
Who are probably number 1 and number 2.
They're a 2 seed.
Yeah, I mean,
and
they're
then
all
1 seed Louisville versus 3 seed Michigan. Like the men's bracket is so much weirder compared to the women.
I mean, I think it's like 1-2. I think it's a 1, a 2, and then a 2 and an
Or
8.
they're Elite A games. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
Well, yeah, obviously the Elite 8 games are weird, but
Yeah, and then
this year especially.
and then in the Final Four, I'm sorry to have that wrong. So
No,
those are
you're
the
good.
league games tonight. Friday's the Final Four game. That'd be South Carolina a 1 seed versus Stanford a 1 seed. So there's a chance it could be 4 1 seeds in the final.
That's
and
ridiculous.
both the 1 seeds are no, UConn is favored. Sorry, against NC State.
No, you're good. You're good.
And Louisville's favored. So if it were to go to spread, it'd be 3 1 seeds and a 2 seed in the women's Final Four. That is like, I mean, I guess it's ridiculous, but that's good seeding. You want to talk about
Absolutely.
bad seeding? Let's look at the men's bracket, which has been.
Yeah,
It was a very frustrating weekend bracket wise. On Thursday, I watched my entire bracket collapse in front of my own eyes.
Mine's been gone. Mine was gone after.
So
the first day.
let's quickly run over all the games. This is the one that really turned
one.
my gears. Arkansas Gonzaga. When
Yeah.
Arkansas,
yeah, that
I'm
one,
set-
that one probably ruined a lot of people.
That one made me. That one made me mad. This is what happens when you build your team without a shooter. I did not think that losing Jalen Suggs and bringing and replacing him with Chet Holmgren would be detrimental to Gonzaga, and it actually was because they had no shooting. You only can play in the paint so long. Fun fact.
I mean, I didn't really watch this game because I was, what was this, on Saturday?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thursday I was busy. I had a lot of class, a lot of work to do, so I was not able to watch. I watched the end of the game, but I was not able to watch most of it. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not. It definitely surprised me, I'll say. But I mean, yeah, I really don't even know what to say. You got to win that game.
It was a really frustrating game to watch because, like I said, only can. It's just like so Gonzaga's.
Well, they lost
was so
to,
good on
to
paper.
Arkansas.
Yeah,
right?
was so good on paper, and then you watch them play, and it is so sad to watch a team that can't shoot threes.
Yeah.
They are missing 3 after 3 after 3 after 3, while poor Drew Timme is just driving as hard as he can. He's getting triple teamed. Chet Holmgren fouled out in that game. It was just it was a mess. Then 2 seed Villanova crushed 11 seed Michigan. I knew Michigan's run was set to end. What are you looking at?
I never like really noticed this, but like there's a thing here,
Yeah.
and when we talk, it moves.
All right. Well, moving on.
I never noticed that.
2 seed Duke took down 3 seed Texas Tech. I believe we predicted that one, and that was the game where like, oh, Banchero must need to go off. Is what it was. Let me look how many points he had quickly.
But yeah, I mean, Arkansas is a very good defensive team.
Yeah, and
so
I think that's what they did.
Not the most surprising to see Gonzaga lose as much as I did want them to win.
Banchero had 22 points against Texas Tech.
Yeah.
A really good defense,
Yeah,
too.
he's really good.
And then this is when my bracket was really done, is when 5 seed Houston upset 1 seed Arizona.
Yeah, I had my Final Four was Arizona, Kansas, Gonzaga, and Duke. And as of right now, it's looking like 2 of those may be a thing.
My Final Four was Gonzaga, Kansas, Arizona, Purdue.
I almost had Purdue making it. I had them going to the Final Four.
Yeah, I had them in the Final Four. So, Friday, best game of the week. 15 seed St. Peter's upsets Purdue. We're not going to really go into it because if you've been on Instagram, Twitter, been alive the last week or 3 days, really, you've heard so much about this. It was such a good game, such a cool victory. St. Peter's proved to me that if you can play perimeter defense, or you can basically win. You can beat any team, in my mind.
If you have Doug Edert, you can beat any team.
Well, that too.
Unless that team is North Carolina, but we'll get into that.
We'll get into that one later. But, like, if you can play, like, non-joking aside, legit, if you can play, like, decent defense, you can beat anybody in March Madness. And that's why underdogs thrive is not only that. I think the shot clock has a lot to do with it because you have more time you can run the clock in March Madness, and the 3-point line is in farther. So there's a lot of stuff, but I think that defense part is forgotten a lot. Yeah. That if you can play decent defense, you can, and that's exactly what St. Peter's did. They just locked down Purdue's best players, and they just couldn't score. Like there were significant stretches of time, multiple different times in the game where they just would not score because St. Peter's locked them down. Great game. Then Kansas, 5-point win over Providence. We were a little suspicious about them when we were talking about them on Wednesday. They ended up getting the job done there.
Yeah.
North Carolina beat UCLA that day. That was a little disappointing for me because you know how big of a Johnny Juzang fan I am. Yeah. Whatever. North Carolina is really cool. Caleb Love is, I don't know what got into that guy, but he's absolutely insane. That was the game he had single-digit points in the first half and 20-something in the second half. And he changed shoes, fun fact.
Really?
He changed from, I think, blue shoes to black Jordans and then went off. So, fun fact for you. And that was the day Miami beat Iowa State in a really insignificant game. Yeah. Elite Eight time. Villanova takes down Houston. Fine. But Villanova's guard, Justin Moore is his name, tore his ACL.
Really?
So, Villanova, who is, I was reading about this, historically notorious for having injury troubles when it came to March Madness, has another injury trouble when it comes to March Madness. Is one of their best players tore their ACL. They do have enough to win. We'll get into that game in a couple minutes. But we'll see. Then Duke really, really gave it to Arkansas, really put their foot on the gas. I think Coach K, that's his, I don't know the exact number, but large amount of Final Four appearances.
I can only imagine.
I don't think Paulo played that great.
No, he played...
I think he played very mediocre in that game.
It wasn't necessarily bad, but it definitely wasn't good in any sense. I
played
had it
38 minutes, 16 points. 4 for 11 from the field.
Yeah, the points, the point total isn't obviously bad, but the efficiency could be better. But obviously, it's not a big deal.
No, and they won. And Arkansas, like you said, good defensive team, so you got to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All right, yesterday, Kansas oh my God, what a game this was! Actually, Kansas is down by I believe 6 going into half. They won 76-50. Yeah, that is a second half and a half right there.
Holding a team to 34% from the field and 10% from three is pretty insane.
Yeah, Kansas is. We'll get into Kansas. They're the least sexy 1 seed of the 4 that were in there, but somehow they're the only one standing. It makes no sense, but whatever.
Yeah, no.
And then North Carolina. This is why we said this weekend was mundane because both games yesterday. I said the Kansas game was a good game, and it was, but it was really boring because Kansas just ran away with it. Yeah. And then North Carolina just crushed St. Peter's, 69-49.
I didn't want to watch it all.
It was like watching a funeral.
Yeah, I watched it most of it, but I couldn't watch the end because I didn't want to watch St. Peter's go down.
So Saturday. 2, I'm praying to God, really good games. Number 1 Kansas versus number 2 Villanova. That's at 6 o'clock, and Kansas favored by 4.5. And then number 2 Duke versus number 8 North Carolina.
That
Duke favored by
dude.
4. First
How
time.
have they never
First
met?
time that has ever happened in the history of March Madness.
How have Duke and North Carolina never met in the tournament?
I have no clue.
That doesn't make any sense to me. But I mean,
It's like the Yankees Red Sox.
yeah.
It's like if they could meet in the World Series,
That
which
would be
is
ridiculous.
impossible. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible, but
Yeah,
it'd be really
so-
cool.
But I mean, UNC won their last game, right? Because that was Coach K's last regular season game or whatever.
Yeah, didn't UNC upset?
Yeah. Yep.
I forgot about that.
That really propelled them to a higher seed because I don't even know if they were ranked at the time.
I don't think they were. But they are like, good coaching is the other thing in March Madness. Good coaching can get you a really long ways. And while they don't have, why am I blanking? They don't.
Their coach is former Knicks legend.
Yes.
Herb Williams? No, who is it?
I don't know his name.
Oh, he's a Knick legend.
You got this.
Hold on. UNC. Oh, hold on.
UNC has a lot to their game. I would like to
Hubert
talk about.
Davis.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's kind of like, I love the people on Twitter talking about like old gen versus new gen coaching, I guess, like Coach K versus UNC's new coach. What?
Hold on. Why is it Hubert Davis played for the Knicks? Right. I'm not tripping here, am I?
You might be tripping.
No, I know I'm not. I know for a fact I'm not. Because hold on. Just wait. You can keep going.
All right.
Sorry.
So let's preview that game first because we've already been talking about it.
Okay.
So UNC is ungodly. I wish I had the stat at free throw shooting. They are disgusting at free throw shooting,
Yeah.
and that's what propelled them to such a big lead over St. Peter's early on in that game. Is they were making like a large percent of their free throws, and wow, they're just disgusting when they get to the line. And I mean I think in March Madness that can really propel you to a long ways. They, for an 8 seed, have so much talent. Like I said, Caleb Love is crazy.
Yeah.
But Duke is a very, like we said, very good team. They have probably easily a lottery pick now in Paulo.
Oh, he's top 5.
Yeah.
Probably top 5 pick. But someone I've come to like a lot is Armando Bacot for UNC. Do you see the game he had against St. Peter's?
Oh God, no.
20 points, 22 rebounds.
That's a great idea.
He's been very good all tournament. I also like RJ Davis, mostly because a lot of the guys on TV call him RJ Barrett by mistake. But I like UNC a lot. I'm probably
Very cool
gonna go with Duke winning it for now because it's a safer matchup.
I don't know. I like the UNC.
I literally have it in the notes. I can easily see it going both ways.
I can
see either team.
UNC winning this game.
Yeah,
I can see very much both scenarios. I think it's going to be an absolute shootout, though.
absolutely.
Next one, Villanova, Kansas. This one is like so not sexy.
No, it's not. Like it's a cool game, obviously, but like I'm not excited to watch it.
I am because but I also get excited to watch it snow outside, so that doesn't say much.
It's snowing
a little bit. Kansas 4.5 points favorite. Villanova is the injury thing is huge for them. That takes out a good shooter. So we'll see. I love Kansas. I can't even pronounce it. I can't even pronounce that guy's name.
Who
on their team? Obad.
Hold on.
You know who I'm talking about?
I think I know who you're talking about. Let me go to the roster really quick because the Wi-Fi is really slow here, so I'm trying to load it. Here we go. Kansas roster.
Obad.
Hold on. Are you talking about Ochai
Yes.
Agbaji? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Isn't he a projected lottery pick too?
I believe so. I haven't done as much research as I should be doing on the draft, but I have heard his name before, so I believe he is a very good draft prospect.
So he's cool, someone to watch out for. I'm excited. Four. If you predicted, I think the stat was 0.1% of people have predicted this Final Four. 0.1%.
Because that's actually kind of crazy. I mean, obviously not many people expected North Carolina, and I'm sure.
I think only having one seed does it.
Probably, yeah. Because a lot of people had Gonzaga not making it probably killed most of the predictions.
Oh yeah, 100%. And a lot of people had like Kentucky. Not a lot of people are sleeping on Nova the whole way.
Yeah, I didn't have Nova in my Final Four, I don't think.
And then the women's. Then there's women's games on tonight. So if anyone's want to watch basketball, you can watch the women's games.
Sure.
But that's all basically we have for sports. So when we come back, we are going to take. I'm really just going to make Desmond take it while I add commentary. We're going to take this quiz. Can you name the all-time leaders of each categories from each IBA franchise?
Team?
Ooh,
I like it.
We'll do that when we get back. We'll take a quick break here, hit that quiz, and then we'll send you guys on our ways. Stay tuned in. Listen to some good music.
All right.
Welcome back. This is WQKE LP 93.9 FM in Plattsburgh, New York.
So we're going to be doing a nice little, I mean, I'm sure people have heard of it. It's called Sporcle. It's a nice little trivia website for sports, food.
Yeah, we're becoming a quiz show.
Pop culture. Yeah, I mean, it's something fun to do when there's not a lot to talk about. And the quiz we're doing it's called the NBA franchise all-time leaders. It's in each stat, so points, rebounds, assists. Is
Steals.
It block and steals?
No, just steals,
Just
no
steals.
blocks.
For each NBA franchise, I have done this test before, but it's definitely been well over a year since I have. So I'm a little rusty. We'll start off. I believe the first team is the Atlanta Hawks. Points. I'll let you type it in to check me. You don't have to type their full name in the enter player. You just
One
type.
sec, it's loading.
You type their last name in. So like I'm gonna say for the Hawks, it's Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah,
You just type in Wilkins.
So I'm going to be your...
Yep.
Okay, let it load.
All right. And then some names might pop up from multiple teams.
That's what I'm thinking. And like I was thinking our strategy here, I really hope people enjoy listening to this, but I was thinking our strategy is we just knock out all the big players.
Yeah.
If we search like Jordan, Bryant.
Well, yeah, I want to go team by team first.
All right.
So, and if
so
we
Hawks.
can't,
All right, let's start. Wilkins.
All right. Wilkins.
Yep. That leaves assists, rebound, steals.
Assist, Doc Rivers.
Rivers.
I don't know who else it would be.
Yep.
Rebounds, Bob Pettit. Pettit.
Yep.
Steals would be. Is it Cliff Hagan? I don't know if I don't think they recorded steals back there. It would be Hagan.
Hagan. No.
Okay. Is it Clyde Drexler? Drexelr.
Drexelr.
Ler. Sorry.
I was about to say.
Ler.
Yes. Oh no. It
No?
popped up for 2 on the Trailblazers though.
Oh wow, that's surprising.
Might have to go back to it.
Yeah, we'll go back.
All
to
right,
it. Move on to
Celtics.
Celtics points. John Havlicek. Havlicek. Havlicek.
Yep.
Rebounds or assists, would it be Bob Cousy? Cousy. Usy.
No.
Would it-
CSY. Oh yeah, it is. Sorry. Rebounds.
Bill Russell.
I already did steals. I think you know who it is.
Who is it?
Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce. Yeah, I thought so.
Nets.
Points would be Brooke Lopez because little
He
known
played
fact.
forever.
Well, not really, but for some reason, somehow, Brooke Lopez is the all-time leading scorer for the Nets.
That makes no sense.
It doesn't.
Assists.
Jason Kidd.
Oh, that makes sense. No, he comes up for assists and steals. Rebounds.
Rebounds would be Buck Williams, I believe.
How do you know this? All right.
I don't know,
Hornets.
but stats are just something I know a lot about. Hornets, you have points would be Kemba, I believe.
Oh, I put Kemba. I meant to put. Okay.
Who is Kemba also assists or no?
No, believe it or not.
Would Muggsy Bogues be assists?
How do you spell Bogues again?
Bogues.
Bogus.
UES.
Yeah, he comes up for assists and steals.
And
Shortest
steals.
player in NBA history.
Yes. Rebounds, would that be Alonzo Mourning? Mourning?
No.
Larry-
Mourning. Yep.
Larry Johnson?
Nope. But Magic Johnson comes up for the Lakers. Leave it.
Is it Emeka Okafor?
How do you spell that?
Okafor.
Yes.
I'm so smart.
All right, Bulls.
Jordan. I think Jordan is all 5.
Yep.
Cavs. LeBron. Obviously, he's all 5. Mavericks.
Oh my god.
Is he all 5?
Yes.
Yep. Mavericks. Dirk would, I'd assume, be points and rebounds.
How do you spell Nowitzki again? Sorry.
NOW. I know if I type it.
Can you spell Dirk? No, right?
No. If I type it on my. Okay. NOWITZKY.
Yep. NOWI what?
ITZKI. I think I might have said ZKY.
Yeah,
for
he
some
comes
reason.
up for points and rebounds. Sorry.
Assist, would it be Derek Harper?
Harper? Yep, there you go.
Uh,
Nuggets.
Fat Lever?
How do you spell Lever?
Lever.
No.
Alex English for points. I didn't think about Alex English, so obviously it'd be Alex English for points. I'd assume.
And for points and assists.
And assists. Would rebounds be Dan Issel? ISSEL? Might be 2 L's.
Yep.
Is it Dan Issel?
Yeah, steals.
Steals, Michael Adams?
Nope.
Would it be... I have no idea. We'll go back to that.
Okay.
Pistons. Points, Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
If not him, he'll be there.
He comes up for 3 of them, so rebounds to the left.
Bob Lanier. Lanier.
L-A... What?
N-I-E-R.
L-A-N-I-E-R. Nope.
Would it be... I think it's Dave DeBuscher, but his name is extremely annoying to spell.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just leave it at... I can try and check right now with...
750.
It's not Dave DeBuscher.
All right, Warriors.
Okay, Warriors,
Chamber.
Curry, I think it's going to be Curry and Wilt.
Chamber... Did I not spell Chamberlain right?
What? Wow.
What?
No, he's just not on there.
Oh, okay. Rebounds and steals.
Draymond? Green? I
No.
don't think so. Oh, Nate Thurmond.
Yep. The steals
So,
is still open, though. How's it not Draymond?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to think about. If I had to guess, Tim Hardaway?
I don't even know how to spell
H
that.
Hard A
Way.
Way.
No.
Wow. Okay. All right. Move on to the Rockets.
Rockets,
which
yeah.
if I think it might all be Hakeem.
I don't even...
O-L-A
Yep.
J-U W-O-N.
W-I-O-N.
No, just W-O-N. Sorry. Olajuwon.
He comes up for 3. Assist is still open.
Calvin Murphy.
Nope.
Kenny Smith.
Nope. But just Randy Smith knocked out a couple.
What? Who's Randy Smith?
Pacers. Plays for the
I have no idea who Randy Smith is. Move on to the Pacers. Reggie Miller for points, I'd assume.
Comes up for 3 of them. Points, assists, and steals.
Wow. Rebounds, would that be Rick Smits?
How do you spell that?
S-M-I-T-S.
S-M-I-T-S.
No? Would it be
S-M-I-T-S.
Mel Daniels?
Daniels? No.
Wow, I have no idea then.
Okay.
Clippers. Chris Paul.
Oh, that might be the assist one. Yep. So, Randy Smith is points.
What? I've never heard of
Assist
him.
is Chris Paul. Rebounds is DeAndre Jordan, since we put Jordan in earlier, and then steals is Randy Smith.
I've never heard of Randy
Lakers,
Smith before.
you already have Magic Johnson.
Kobe would be points. I hate that we're almost out of time already. There's only 5 minutes left for...
A little over 5 minutes, but you're over halfway. Or almost halfway.
But still, I mean...
Rebounds.
Rebounds, Shaq. You might have to do the apostrophe or whatever after O.
Oh, apostrophe Neal doesn't come up.
Is it... Are you spelling it N-E-A-L?
N-E-A-L?
Yeah.
Oh,
No?
apostrophe.
Is it Kareem? Let me type it on my computer. Abdul Jabbar. No, it's not Kareem. Oh, is it George Mikan?
How do you spell that?
No, it's not George Mikan.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Grizzlies.
Just type in Gasol.
How do you spell it? Oh.
G-A Gasol.
Yep. That only comes up with rebounds.
Rudy Gay?
G-A-Y?
Yeah.
No.
Really? Mike Conley.
Connolly. How do you spell Connolly? Sorry.
C-O-N-L-E-Y.
Yep, that's all of them.
Yep,
All right,
good.
Heat.
Wade.
Rebounds is open.
I really don't care enough.
Bucks.
Bucks. For
If it's F.
it's Kareem and Oscar Robertson, I'm sure.
Robertson.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Not a
I'm sure he
Robertson.
popped up for the Kings.
A-B-D-U.
I have it on mine, so we know it's Kareem. For assistant, would Steals be?
I don't even know how to
Sidney-
spell Abdul-Jabbar.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I have it typed in on my
Okay.
computer. Would it be Sidney Moncrief? M-O-N-C-R-C-R-I-E-F?
No. All right,
Really?
Timberwolves.
That's weird. Kevin Garnett. I think he leads all 5.
Yep.
That's
Pelicans, you already have Chris Paul for assist and steals.
Anthony Davis.
Yep. And also, it's Dale Davis, the leader in rebounds for the Pacers.
That
You
is, I know who that is, but
okay, Pelicans are done. Knicks.
Patrick Ewing for points. He'll probably also be rebounds.
Yeah, and steals.
And steals, really.
Yeah.
And then Walt Frazier for assists.
Okay. Thunder.
This is weird, I think.
No, Durant. Is it Westbrook?
I think it's Westbrook.
Westbrook is points.
And then Gary Payton would be steals, I'd assume.
Yep, and assists.
Would Sean Kemp be rebounds?
Kemp?
Yeah. K-E-M-P.
No.
Really?
Magic.
Magic, Dwight Howard, I'd assume for rebounds.
Rebounds or points.
And then assists would be Jameer Nelson.
Yep.
And then steals, I feel like steals is probably like Hito Turkoglu or something, which is
I'm not even
not
trying.
something with
76ers.
It's, I know theirs is really weird, but I know points is Iverson. Is it not?
Why
Iverson?
is Iverson not coming up?
Okay, so it's somehow, is it Hal Greer?
How do you spell that?
Greer.
G-R-E. Yep. Assists.
Yep. Is Moses Malone? I know he'll pop that Karl Malone.
Yeah,
pop
Karl
up.
Malone has popped up. I might as well do Stockton around now.
Yeah.
Yep. Jazz are done.
All right, we'll move on from Philly for now. The Suns.
The Suns, you have
Nash.
Walter Davis, Nash. Yeah, you're done. Because then you had Alvin Adams.
Portland.
You have Drexel for points and steals.
For points? Okay, then would Kevin Duckworth be rebounds? No, wait, no. Or Bill Walton might have tried Duckworth first.
Not
and then
Duckworth.
Bill Walton?
No.
I have no idea. All right, we'll move on. Try to get as many as we can.
Kings,
we have
Robertson.
What does he fill?
Points and assists. So it leaves rebounds and steals.
Would rebounds? I feel like it might be Dave DeBuscher, but his name is terrible to spell.
Okay. Spurs.
Tim Duncan.
Is that all of them?
I think it's literally Duncan Parker and Ginobili.
How do you spell Ginobili?
Ginobilli. Ginobili.
Okay. Raptors.
Vince Carter for points, maybe.
No.
Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh.
Or no, I think it's literally DeRozan and Lowry. I think it's both of them for.
DeRozan doesn't come up.
Is it Lowry for points and assists?
Lowry's is assists and steals, at least points. Because Bosh is rebounds.
Who is all-time leading scorer for the Raptors? It's not Carter. It's not DeRozan. It's not Lowry. It's not Bosh.
I don't even know how you spell DeRozan. D-R-O-Z-E-N.
D-E.
Yeah.
D-E.
Yeah. R-O-Z-E-N. Okay, Wizards.
No, it's DeRozan. It's A-N. D. It's
Yeah,
D.
DeMar
R.
DeRozan.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're right.
And then we have the Jazz, and then the Wizards.
We already did Jazz.
Wall for points and assists.
Yep.
Or at least assists, and then Elvin Hayes and Wes Unseld.
What? Elvin what?
Elvin Hayes. Hayes.
Okay, that's points.
And
Wall
then
is
Unseld.
What's rebounds?
Unseld.
How do you spell that?
U-N-S-E-L-D.
Okay, we got under a minute left. The first one you haven't filled was rebounds for the steals for the Nuggets.
Steals?
Steals for the Hawks. We don't know.
Oh, the timer on mine ended, so I can fill in the ones that I don't.
Don't do it yet.
I won't.
Now you're okay.
Is your time done?
I'm just gonna give up because we already know the
All right.
answers. All right.
Tell me who I missed.
Mookie
Blaylock. Oh, I
That's
love Mookie. How did I forget that?
Okay.
Oh,
Fat. Oh, you were right. Fat Lever. I spelled it wrong,
Okay,
man.
all right. I thought it
Is
was Fat
steals
Lever.
for the Nuggets. For the Pistons, it's Bill.
Bill Lambier.
Yeah,
Yep.
Bill
I didn't think about that. Yep.
Steals for the Warriors is Chris Mullin.
That's weird.
Assists for the Rockets
It's
is
Harden.
How did we
Yeah.
not think of that?
I don't know how I didn't think of that.
Elgin.
It's always the most obvious ones that you miss.
Oh, Elgin Baylor for the Lakers rebounds.
Yeah, he did average like 15 rebounds a game.
It's Elgin Baylor.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, and then look at that one for the Heat.
Oh my.
Udonis.
That's what happens when you play 20 years for one team, though, I guess. And the team hasn't been around for the longest amount of time.
And then the Bucks is Kareem for points and rebounds. Paul
Pressey and
Yep. Quinn Buckner.
I have no idea. You know what? I do know who Quinn Buckner is for all the wrong reasons. Because there is a $2,000 box of cards, and Quinn Buckner has an autograph in it. You want to know how much a Quinn Buckner autograph from that set goes for in a $2,000 box?
How much?
$5.
Why do you know that?
Because I found one online and I wanted it, only for the fact that it is a Quinn Buckner autograph in a $2,000 set.
I feel like you know all these names because of cards, but
A lot of it's cards, 2K, just knowing a lot about basketball. Why did I not think about LaMarcus Aldridge for this Blazers? I'm seeing that now. He's literally one of my favorite players ever. It's always the most
Terry
obvious
Porter.
ones that I miss.
Okay, 76ers. Wow.
Yeah, I told
didn't
you.
even say
Like I knew Mo Cheeks. I should have guessed
Mo
Cheeks. I should have guessed him. But like Dolph Shays is one I'll let slide.
Oh my god. All right. And then Udonis for the Heat.
Yep. I think I missed Jack Sigma for the
Yeah,
Thunder.
you missed Sam Lacey for the Kings.
Who?
Sam Lacey. Look at.
When did he play? If he played in the 40s and 50s, it doesn't count. I don't care. I'm going to look up Sam Lacey right now. Yep, it's a black and white photo. He played...
What? What?
Yeah, he played in the 70s.
All right.
Okay, so that's not the worst.
LaMarcus, you didn't miss as many as I thought.
No, I don't. I
The
did.
Harden one's the worst. I think
Yeah,
it's
the
worst one.
Harden, and
I almost said something to him like, "What about Harden?"
the two worst ones that I'm thinking of that I missed right now are LaMarcus and Harden. But
Elgin
even then-
Baylor's a pretty one. You should
Yeah,
have
and
had.
Elgin. I should have got Elgin, but I was so centered on big men that I couldn't. I didn't think that he averaged like 15 rebounds a game.
He's probably one of those guys. I don't know that much about Elgin Baylor, but he probably played for like a million years.
No, he didn't play. I don't think he played for too long because the end of his career was hit bad with injuries. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was fun.
No, yeah, I love doing Sporcle quizzes.
So, I believe that's all we have for today. If you
Hopefully
enjoy
it'll
this
be
type
more
of
exciting.
content, tweet at us.
At Sports Report PLT.
And if you miss episodes or you tuned in halfway through the episode, we did an actual segment on actual sports.
Yes.
Or on actual live sports at the beginning of the show. So if you missed that, go to our Twitter. It'll be up. Or go to Twitter, YouTube,
our
whatever.
episodes are already up, and this episode will be up by Wednesday at noon.
Yep. So look forward to that. Good editing, Desmond. But for now, if you still want to tune in live, we'll be here Wednesday, 93.9 for those in Plattsburgh, online for those who are not in Plattsburgh or not in the Plattsburgh area.
Yep.
But that's all we have. Hope you have a blessed evening. Thanks for tuning
Have
in.
a blessed night, everyone.
And we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in.